I think museums, they're kind of the living rooms of the community. That is where a community comes together. Two of the architects I've learned a great deal from happen to be on the site. That's very nice. One is Fuller, who talked about getting the most for the least. And Frank Lloyd Wright talked about it's all in the nature of materials. One of my principles is that design is very specific. It's site-specific, it's cultural-specific. Arkansas isn't Boston, and Northwest Arkansas isn't Little Rock. Also, in this day and age, you can't talk about architecture without talking about resources. It matters how sustainable a building is. This was my first sketch. 2 dams across, and that would allow you to organize a series of pavilions around the water. Well, what could be more captivating and sort of organizing? It actually starts following a particular logic. I thought, well, if we're going to build around the pond, then let's not have bridges, let's have buildings which are bridges. That was one of the early sketches, and it's pretty close to where we ended up. And then came many other ideas, that we would build it with Arkansas wood. But then we had this extra touch where the concrete is tied and you have all these holes, we would inlay it with wood. And so then you get this combination of wood, concrete, and wood. And then came the bridge buildings, and within them a secondary structure like galleries where you can control the light, and sort of you're moving through a whole series of light levels. And then you come to the museum and it's an understatement. It doesn't, on point of arrival, even reveal itself. And nothing is more wonderful in architecture, I think, when you downplay the building and then you discover it. It's always a sequence of nature, art, nature, art. And the landscape has grown in, and there are moments where I think it's a ruin from another civilization.